Oh, his alleged son?
No. If you talk to him personally, that's his son.
You think that's his son?
Yeah. You know what I think his son? First of all, Jay-Z offered the money.
Jay-Z just walked away with nearly $120,000 in court. The case was dismissed, and legally, it's over. But online, fans say this story is far from finished because the one thing people say could have ended everything never happened. No DNA test, no final answers. And now the internet is asking why. Let's get into this. After more than a decade of legal back and forth, Jay-Z has officially won his latest court battle connected to Rymir Satterthwaite, a man who has long alleged the rap mogul is his biological father. Rymir, alongside his godmother Lily Coley, has spent years trying to get the courts to force a paternity test, not for money, at least according to him, but for what he repeatedly called the truth. In his own words back in 2024, Rymir said he didn't want a payout, he wanted answers. But instead of DNA results, this case ended with something else entirely. The court's decision. According to court documents, the judge ruled that the case should be dismissed without leave to amend, meaning it cannot be refiled. And here's where things got even more explosive. Jay-Z didn't just win. The court ordered Rymir's godmother to pay Jay-Z roughly $119,235 in legal fees under California's anti-SLAPP statute, a law designed to prevent what courts consider harassment through repeated lawsuits. Jay-Z's legal team described the allegations as part of a decades-long harassment campaign, stating that similar claims had already been rejected by multiple courts. Legally speaking, Jay-Z walked away clean. But socially, that's where the firestorm begins. Why fans aren't satisfied? Here's the part that has social media side-eyeing everything. Fans keep asking one simple question. Why fight for years instead of just taking a DNA test? Because for many people watching from the outside, a test could have ended the entire conversation years ago. Instead, the case dragged on for over a decade with filings, dismissals, appeals, and now a massive legal bill awarded in Jay-Z's favor. And that delay is exactly where speculation exploded. The darker questions fans keep raising. Online commentators and bloggers have repeatedly pointed out something uncomfortable, purely as speculation, not fact. If Rymir were biologically related to Jay-Z, the timeline would raise serious questions about ages and consent. Again, this has never been proven, never ruled on, and never confirmed. But fans argue this is exactly why the issue became so sensitive. It's not about money, they say. It's about what the truth could imply. And that's the part people claim keeps getting buried. Not the only rumor. Rymir isn't the only name that pops up in internet whispers. For years, unverified rumors have floated online suggesting Jay-Z may have other alleged children, claims that have never been substantiated, never confirmed, and remain strictly in gossip territory. Still, fans bring them up whenever this case resurfaces, adding fuel to the belief that there's more behind the scenes than the public knows. And where does Beyonce fit into this? Another angle fans won't let go of? Beyonce's silence. Despite years of headlines, lawsuits, and viral clips, Beyonce has never publicly addressed the paternity allegations or called for DNA testing herself. Some fans accuse her of protecting the image of a perfect power couple family. Others argue her silence proves nothing at all. Either way, the lack of comment only made the speculation louder. Case closed? Or is it? Jay-Z has consistently denied being Rymir Satterthwaite's father. Court filings state that the allegations were reviewed and rejected multiple times, and judges ultimately agreed that the case should not continue. But online, many fans say legal closure isn't the same as personal closure. To them, the question remains unanswered, not because the court didn't rule, but because DNA results were never made public. Final thought. Jay-Z won in court. He was awarded nearly $120,000. The case is dismissed, but for a lot of people watching from the outside, this story still feels unfinished. So now I want to hear from you. Jump in the comments. Do you believe Jay-Z handled this the right way? Or do you think the questions will never stop until DNA results exist? Let's talk.